Yeah. 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 Oh, let's go. Oh, let's go. How y'all doing, everybody? Oh, man. I don't know if y'all noticed, I'm more giddy than usual because we're getting to the part of the year where playoff seeding is becoming more evident. Things that you weren't expecting to happen are starting to happen. And it all really started this week of all that crazy shit scenarios start popping up that you weren't expecting. Crazy ass playoff percentages start popping up. Oh, man. We had all day of that. Crazy things happening. The Green Bay Packers are in full control of their playoff destiny. Who would have thought that 2 months ago or even a month ago? That there's one playoff spot in the NFC up for grabs, and the one team that have complete control over the destiny of getting that one playoff spot would be the Green Bay Packers. The New England Patriots with a huge win over the Miami Dolphins. That puts them in a position where they have control over their playoff destiny. Jets got eliminated today. Raiders got eliminated today despite some great play from Jarrett Stidham. Commanders showing that the idea that Carson Wentz was going to help them get it to the promised land, like they learned nothing from last year. I did have a great Christmas. Great Christmas and a great New Year's. I hope everyone here had a great Christmas and a great New Year. Happy New Year to everyone. Happy 2023 to everybody out there. But yeah, all the crazy playoff scenarios are starting to play out, including a game tonight. And that is the game we will be viewing live. The Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore. Now, the Ravens, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but the Pittsburgh Steelers are still alive. They are one of the few teams in the AFC still battling for that last playoff spot, that last wild card spot, I should say. Obviously, a win tonight would keep that hope alive, but not just that. If the Steelers win tonight, they play the Cleveland Browns next week. There is a realistic situation here. And this is how we know the NFL doesn't make fucking sense sometimes. If the Pittsburgh Steelers are able to pull out a win tonight over a injury-riddled Ravens team and beat Cleveland next week and have both New England and the Miami Dolphins lose their respective games next week, then, ladies and gentlemen, out of the blue, the Pittsburgh Steelers will be playing postseason football. That is a realistic possibility if the Pittsburgh Steelers pull out a victory tonight. That is a realistic possibility. Oh, man, football doesn't make sense, but God damn it, it's why we all love it. We love it because it doesn't make sense. But yes, we are mere seconds away from kickoff. I can't wait. Ravens-Steelers games are always really fun, even though it's not really any of the familiar faces we're used to seeing from this historic rivalry. It doesn't make it any less exciting, especially considering that there are playoff seedings, there are playoff scenarios on the line in this game. And it looks like the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be getting the football first. Justin Tucker to kick off the game, and we are underway in Baltimore, Maryland, and the kick is just going to go out the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback to the 25-yard line, and that is where Kenny Pickett and company are going to start their first drive of the ball game. This is going to be interesting to see how Kenny Pickett, because last time we saw him on Sunday night game, he was playing against, I believe it was the Miami Dolphins, looked okay. It's kind of how Kenny Pickett's looked all year. He's kind of looked okay. But here we are under the bright lights with playoff implications on the line, so we can see how he's going to perform under that kind of pressure. As first play of the game, Najee Harris picks up about a gain of 3. Second down and long coming up. All right, yep. 2nd and 7 for the Pittsburgh offense after the 3-yard Najee Harris run. And as they snap to Pickett, he rolls to his left, and he throws it short to Pat Freiermuth, and Freiermuth is knocked out of bounds about a yard shy of the line to gain. It'll be 3rd and 1 on this opening possession on Sunday Night Football. Yeah, man, a lot to talk about from this past week. A lot to talk about on Wednesday for the podcast. I'm really excited for this week of the podcast because, like I just said, there is plenty of things to talk about for both from this past week and this week. And 3rd and 1, it's a handoff to Derek Watt, the fullback, and he's able to pick up the first down and a couple more after, and that's going to move the chains. It was a nice little play design. It looked like it was good. They were faking the end around, and then they did a little underneath inside handoff to Watt. But it's going to be enough to pick up the first down and move the chains on this Pittsburgh drive. It's crucial that Pittsburgh gets a really nice drive just to get points out of this opening possession, just to set a tone for the rest of the night. And first down, handoff to Najee, and Najee is able to get it past the 40, about around the 44, 43-yard line. All right, so there were quite a bit. I'll try during the dead parts to talk about some of these scenarios from this week. I don't want to spoil. I don't want to talk about too much because I want to dive deeper into it on Wednesday. But 2nd down and 4, it's a short pass to Steven Sims, and Sims gets wrapped up, but not before picking up a gain of about 3. So you're looking at about 3rd and 2 coming up. Another 3rd and short situation for the Steelers in this drive. So as far as this game goes, I already laid out the situation for the Pittsburgh Steelers and what a win tonight would mean for them. 3rd and 2, real quick. I will get back to that thought in just a second. 3rd and 2, snap to Pickett. Looking, he's got a clean pocket, under a little bit of pressure now, and he throws it short, completes it to Jeff Warren, who gets the first down and takes it past midfield down to around the 45-yard line. Goes Jeff Warren, who's been a really nice surprise for this Steelers team. He's been one of the more consistent pieces of this offense. And yeah, so anyway, I already laid out the situation for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Baltimore, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but that's not to say there's not anything to play. Oh, okay, that was weird. I thought there was a false start for a second, but no, it's still a first down carry for Jeff Warren, and he actually gets stopped at the line. That was weird. It looked like there was a whistle blown because the way everyone on the field just kind of like stopped for a second, but no. All right. But the Ravens already clinched a playoff berth last week, I believe. But that doesn't mean that there's not anything for them to play for. Obviously, still no Lamar Jackson. And hold on one moment. 2nd and 9, and it's an end around to Warren again. 3rd straight touch, and he's on the sideline. Warren making a move to inside the 20. Warren stiff arms the guy inside the 10, and down to around the 6-yard line goes Jeff Warren. Third straight play where he's got the ball in his hands, and all 3 times, well, 2 of the 3 times, he's made huge plays. The first touch was the huge first down to move the chains to keep the drive alive. The second one was that huge play down the sideline on the end around. And now all of a sudden, the Pittsburgh Steelers are looking at a 1st and goal. And this is what the Steelers needed on the opening drive to set the tone for the rest of the game, to make themselves say, yes, we are here. We can be a threat. My apologies. It wasn't a 1st and goal. He's actually stepped out of bounds at around the 13. Najee with about a 3-yard carry. About another 2nd and 7 coming up. But anyway, back on the Baltimore Ravens. Or should I just wait until we get to commercial break and see how this drive ends? I will do that. All righty. So, 2nd and 7, handoff to Najee, and he actually gets a nice hole, and he is down around the 6 or so yard, no, around the 5-yard line or so. 3rd and 1. Yep, and they're going hurry up. Pick it under center, and he's just going to QB sneak it, and he's going to pick it up. He's going to pick it up. 1st and goal, it'll be from around the 3. So, whoa. The page is being glitchy. That is weird. NFL playoff picture page is being glitchy all of a sudden. What in the world is going on? Ah. Alrighty. Okay. What the hell? Alrighty. Anyway, 1st and goal for the Steeler offense on this amazing opening drive, and the play is blown dead. It looks like it's going to be a false start. We're already at the halfway point of the 1st quarter, and yep, it's a false start. It's going to back them up 5. Another great thing about this opening drive is they've killed exactly half of the 1st quarter. We're already at 8 minutes and 18 seconds and counting, and it's just the opening drive of the game. So this has just been a masterclass of a first drive for the Pittsburgh Steelers offense. Here we go. 1st and goal from the 7. Pickett looking's got a clean pocket. Running around, throws it, and it is incomplete, intended for Najee Harris. Broken up by Roquan Smith. 2nd and goal coming up. All righty, so hold on one moment. I'm just taking the page up so I know I'm hitting everything. So I want to talk about some of these situations as in regarding to the playoffs. Once we get to commercial break, so we don't have too much dead air. 2nd and goal, handoff to Najee, and he is fighting forward, and he fights back to the original line of scrimmage, which was a 3-yard line, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and goal. So 3rd and goal from the 3. Man, it'd be so disappointing for the Steelers offense if they don't get a touchdown this opening drive, even though they have done they've had a phenomenal possession. Najee kind of stumbled a little bit when he got the football initially. But here we go. 3rd and goal, empty set. You got a bunch formation at the bottom, and Pickett's going to throw a fade to Pickens, and George Pickens, the pass is incomplete. Defended nice, but it's going to be 4th down, and it looks like they're going to send on the field goal unit. Hey, I don't hate it. George Pickens has been a really good receiver for them in his rookie year. I don't hate it. Just throw it up to him and see if he can make a play. And he had a shot at it. It was just better defended. But here's Chris Boswell from old extra point range. And it's a 21-yard attempt. And the kick is up, and it is good with 7:01 in this opening quarter. The Pittsburgh Steelers killed, what is that? Let me do math real quick. The Pittsburgh Steelers killed 8 minutes time of possession wise in the first quarter. That is insane. But all it results in is a 3-0 Steelers lead. But the Steelers, in a game like this, they will absolutely take it. And there we go. In a game like this, the Pittsburgh Steelers will absolutely take it. But anyway, let's try and recap everything that has transpired today the best we can. First of all, the teams that have been eliminated from playoff contention officially today are the Las Vegas Raiders. Their overtime loss to the San Francisco 49ers. They have been officially eliminated in what was a really phenomenal game. The Carolina Panthers, their loss to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It was also a really good game, a game where Mike Evans completely went off. Bucs fans, you better be thanking Mike Evans. You better be thanking your heavenly stars that you have Mike Evans on your team, because he went absolutely off today, and he's the reason why the Bucs are in the playoffs. So the Panthers have been officially eliminated. The New Orleans Saints and the Washington Commanders both were eliminated at the hands of the Green Bay Packers. Dominating victory over the Minnesota Vikings. They are both eliminated. Seahawks were nearly in that boat, but they were able to beat the New York Jets. And by the way, with that win, the New York Jets are officially eliminated after losing to the Seattle Seahawks. So the Jets season is now officially over in what will be a season of what if. What if they had a different quarterback? What if they didn't have Zach Wilson, or if he was developed properly? What if? That's basically going to be the definition of this season for the New York Jets, is what if. But we are back. I'm going to talk about some of these situations during commercial breaks or during dead air, because there's quite a bit of things to talk about. I'm going to dive deeper into them. Both from this past week and going into week 18 on the podcast on Wednesday, because there's some crazy ass situations to talk about. And the week's not over yet, by the way, because we still got Monday night tomorrow night between the Bills and the Bengals. That should be a fantastic game. But the kickoff is underway, and the returner for the Ravens takes it out to past the 25-yard line. So around the 26. So Tyler Huntley is going to be coming out for the Baltimore Ravens. Once again, like I said, no Lamar Jackson yet again. They're hoping he should be good to go come playoff time. Like I said, the Baltimore Ravens have already clinched playoff spot. No team has clinched the AFC North yet, but the Ravens are in the playoffs officially. Here we go. 1st and 10. It's a handoff to J.K. Dobbins, and Dobbins gets stood up at the 30-yard line. Gain of 3 on the play. That is basically the Ravens' game plan for the night, is just run the football. They're not. I know Tyler Huntley looks like Lamar Jackson and kind of plays like Lamar Jackson, but he's not as good of a passer as Lamar is. So they are going to be heavily reliant on the run game, more so than this offense usually already is. But here we go. 2nd and 7. Snap to Huntley. He's going to drop back to pass, and he completes it to Mark Andrews, and he's going to be close to, or are they going to give him the first down marker? It looks like they're going to give him the first down. So we approach 6 minutes to go. This is their first possession of the game for the Ravens, and it's coming with under 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. But I think they gave him a first down on that play, if I'm not mistaken. And yep, they did. First down for the Ravens around the 37-yard line. And they say handoff again to Dobbins. And this time he gets absolutely nowhere. Gets blown up. TJ Watt lost his helmet on the play. He was in there along with a couple other Steelers. And it's a gain of nothing. 2nd and 10 coming up. Hold on. There we go. All righty. 2nd and 10 for the Raiders. Now Gus Edwards is in the game, a running back for Dobbins. And it's a snap to Huntley. Huntley looking under a bit of pressure. He's going to step up and run. Huntley is going to run forward past the 40, past the 45, and he is going to, is he at the first down? Are they going to give it to him, or is it going to be just inches shy? It looked like he was probably inches shy. We're going to see where they mark it in just a minute. Yeah, this is really, it looks like he's going to be just short of the line of game. But this is really just the Ravens' game plan for the night, is just keeping everything on the ground. And they actually are going to move it just inches shy. Nope, first down. Never mind. But here we go. It's another handoff to Dobbins. Only one pass attempt so far for the Ravens. And that's another thing. When they do pass the ball, you know it's probably just going to go to Mark Andrews. He's one of the better security blankets in the league. And the Ravens have missed really two of their better receivers for most of the year in Devin Duvernay and Rashad Bateman, who hasn't played for most of the year. 2nd and 10 coming up. Huntley is under center in a single back formation. In the back is Dobbins. Patrick Ricard, the fullback, is in motion. Play action. Huntley looking under pressure by Hayward. Huntley's going to step up and run, and Huntley is going to get tackled passing midfield by Robert Spillane. 3rd and medium coming up, as we are already approaching the 3-minute mark of the first quarter. This has been a fast first quarter, but it only felt like that because of how long that opening drive for the Steelers was. Here we go. 3rd and 6. Are the Ravens able to convert this? Trips formation at the top. Snap to Huntley. Looking. Throws it. Completes it to Andrews. And he is going to be tackled right at the sticks. And that's going to be another first down for the Ravens. Like I said, every time they're going to throw the ball and they actually get a pass off, in tonight's game, at least 8 times out of 10, it's going to at least be going straight to number 89. So it's not a bad strategy at all if you're Tyler Huntley, especially considering you don't trust him throwing the ball down the field. Oh, no, they're not giving him a first down. They're actually marking it shy. It's 4th and 1 instead. The original marking on the NBC broadcast said it was a first down, but they're actually ruling him a yard shy, but it looks like they're challenging it. Yeah, it looks like John Harbaugh is challenging the spot. I didn't get the greatest look at this, but I just assumed it was first down. Let's see here. Knee is down. That's a first down. This should not take long at all. They're going to commercial break, but that should not take long whatsoever. So while they're doing that, I don't want to talk about this too much because I can imagine that's not going to take long whatsoever. It's clear and obvious that that was a first down. When his knee was down, the ball was right at the stick. So That should be a first down for the Ravens, and the drive's going to continue for them. But I'll try and touch on as much as I can as far as the playoffs are concerned. So, in the AFC, there are technically 2 playoff spots up for grabs. The first one is the winner of the AFC South. That's right. There's not been a division winner in the AFC South yet. That, at the moment, in first place, alone in first place, is the Jacksonville Jaguars. And the team battling for that last spot is the Tennessee Titans. The Tennessee Titans, who've been on, was it like a 5-game losing streak now? They just lost badly to what is it? The Dallas Cowboys on Thursday Night Football, starting Josh Dobbs. But the Jaguars and the Titans play next week in a game that I believe is going to end up being the primetime game on Sunday. Because that, ladies and gentlemen, despite the fact that the Jaguars are 8-8 and the Titans are 7-9, and the Jaguars already beat the Titans earlier in the year, the winner of that game wins the AFC North. AFC South. There we go. Winner of that game wins the AFC South, gets a home playoff game, loser goes home. That's the stakes as far as that goes. Now, for the last wildcard spot, the 7th seed of the wildcard spot, at the moment, there's 3 teams battling for it. At the moment, the New England Patriots are in that position. As we are back. And I'm sure they're going to move a first down. Yep, and they reversed the call on the field. It is a first down. But at the moment, it's the New England Patriots. There we go. The New England Patriots are the team currently in that 7th slot. And they play the Buffalo Bills, who have not, regardless if they win against Cincinnati or not, they are not going to clinch the home field advantage this week. That's still going to be up for grabs next week, assuming they win tomorrow. And hold on one second. 1st and 10 for the Ravens. Huntley making some adjustments. Oh, and now he goes under center. Ricard going to motion it again. Now it's a pitch to Dobbins. Dobbins with some blocking. Dobbins got maybe a yard or 2 on that carry. It's going to be at best a 2nd and 8. So anyway, for the New England Patriots, it's simple. Win and you're in. Beat the Bills next week. You are in the playoffs. You're going to be playing a playoff game. But the Patriots lose and the Dolphins beat the New York Jets. And all of a sudden, the Miami Dolphins will be the team that gets that 7th slot if they beat the Jets and the Patriots lose to Buffalo. 2nd and 8, Huntley throws, and it is nearly intercepted by Cam Sutton. Nearly, but it's dropped, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and 8. Here's why tonight's game is going to be so interesting. The Pittsburgh Steelers, a team that we never really thought about because we kind of just knew this wasn't a very good Pittsburgh Steelers team. But the Pittsburgh Steelers are one of those 3 teams still battling for that last spot, and they're still alive. If they're able to win tonight and both the Patriots and Dolphins lose their respective games next week, then, ladies and gentlemen, the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be playing postseason football this year. I fucking know. That was not even a thought. No one in their fucking mother thought that the Pittsburgh Steelers playing deep into January would have even been a conceivable thought in the year 2022. Not even a conceivable thought. But that is a realistic situation. And the Steelers play the Cleveland Browns in their season finale. So this is a very interesting. That last spot in the AFC playoffs is going to be very, very interesting. Now, as far as the NFC goes, I will touch on this a little more because it's a little confusing. I'll touch on it more once we get into a commercial break next. But as of right now, it's empty set, 3rd and 8. Tyler Huntley, and he's going to throw it complete over the middle, and that's going to be a first down, and that is Demarcus Robinson on the reception, and that's going to be a first down. Both teams on their opening drives have been pretty good at moving the football. Both teams have had really excellent opening drives. And that is just a simple pitch and catch. Honestly, that's probably what the coaching staff's telling Tyler Huntley, just like, hey, just take the easy stuff. Don't try and force anything. I know we already have our playoff spot locked up, but don't do anything overly stupid. 1st and 10, a minute and 5 seconds left to go in the first quarter. And it's a handoff to J.K. Dobbins. And Dobbins finds a hole. Dobbins gets a first down. He's inside the 20. And J.K. Dobbins is wrestled down at the 18-yard line. We are now under 53 seconds and counting in quarter number 1. And the Baltimore Ravens are moving the ball effectively on their first drive. Yes, we are still on the Ravens' opening drive of the game. And now they are going to get a snap in the red zone. That was a really nice hole open up for Dobbins, and he exploited it. Here we go. 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. Snap to Huntley, and it's a fake. It's a keeper for Huntley, and he is going to go down. Touchdown at around the 12-yard line. Man, he really does look like Lamar when he runs. He looks so much like Lamar when he runs. And just making sure I got all righty. I gotta charge my phone. It's at 2%. There we go. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the first quarter. Ladies and gentlemen, we have finally reached the end of the first quarter. And we're still on the Ravens' opening drive of the game. Both teams have only had one possession. Pittsburgh's possession resulted in a field goal, and we're still on the Ravens' opening drive. They are just outside of the 10. We'll see if they can match it or take the lead here. Hold on one moment. Hold on. There we are. And there we are. Okay. Nah, the computer's lagging. Yeah. All right, there we go. Here we go. Now, technically, we're not going to break on the NBC broadcast, but it's the end of the first quarter, so I'll try. Actually, no, because I don't know when they're going to come back. Any moment now. And yeah, it looks like they're about to resume play any moment. All right, no, or they could actually just go straight to commercial break. They are. Okay. So I'll try and explain this as fast as I can. So the 7th spot, there's one playoff spot left in the NFC. And again, I'm going to touch on this all again on the podcast on Wednesday. But there's one playoff spot up for grabs in the NFC. And there are 3 teams still alive for it. Currently in that 7th slot are the Seattle Seahawks, who are now 8-8, beating the New York Jets today. The 8th slot, god damn it, we're back. Fuck. We're fucking back. Shit. All right, we're gonna have to wait on it. We're gonna have to wait on it. It won't be. What? Just bear with me. I swear to God, it'll be worth it. I swear to God, me explaining all this will be fucking worth it in the end. All right, we're now back. We're now back. So it is now 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line. No, it's 2nd and 6 at the 12. Excuse me. 2nd and 6. Now, the Baltimore Ravens, offensively under Tyler Huntley, have only been able to score 2 touchdowns offensively in their last 3 games. So an opening drive touchdown would be an amazing start for this Ravens team. I was talking about how great scoring a touchdown on the opening drive for the Steelers would have been. 2nd and 6, end around to number 83. I'm sorry, I don't know. Oh, that's Andy Isabella. I forgot he was on this team. Andy Isabella got the end around, and he only picked up about 2. So it's going to be about 3rd and 4. Yeah, how huge would a touchdown in this opening drive be for this Ravens team that has not been able to punch it into the end zone at all these last 3 weeks? 3rd and 5. Again, still on the Ravens' opening possession. 3rd and 5, shotgun formation, snap to Huntley, looking. He's going to lob it up to the end zone for Deshaun Jackson, but it falls incomplete. 4th and 5, and I think they're just going to send out Justin Tucker, and they will. So no touchdown, but they're bringing on the most automatic kicker in league history. So they are going to get points out of this. Hold on. There we go. And Justin Tucker for a 30-yard field goal attempt. Snap, ball down, and the kick is good. It's 30 yards for Justin Tucker. That is as automatic and as much of a guarantee as you could possibly make it. And just like that, it's a 3-3 ball game. Now, we're finally commercial. I'm going to try and see if I can get as much of this explanation as possible. So, for the last wildcard spot, the last playoff spot total in the NFC, currently in there is Seattle Seahawks. The 8th slot is the Detroit Lions, who beat the shit out of the Chicago Bears today, and the Green Bay Packers in the 9th slot, who beat the shit out of the Minnesota Vikings today. Now, for the Seattle Seahawks, here's the thing. You would think that the Packers, being the lower seed out of those 3 remaining teams, that they are the ones that need to win and get some help along the way. Except it's the opposite. Because the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions play each other next week in Lambeau Field. And if the Green Bay Packers win that game and the Seattle Seahawks are able to win against the Los Angeles Rams, it will not be a win-and-in situation for the Seahawks. Instead, the team getting that 7th slot will be the Green Bay Packers, because the Packers would therefore, beating the Lions, therefore have a better conference record than the Seattle Seahawks. So they would technically hold the tiebreaker over Seattle. So that means the Packers, despite being in the 9th slot right now of the conference, still would be the only one out of these 3 teams with a win and you're in situation. For the Seattle Seahawks, they would need to beat the Rams and hope the Lions beat the Packers, and they would get that 7th slot. But if the Seahawks lose to the Rams and the Lions beat the Packers in Lambeau Field, then it would be the Lions that get that 7th slot. But despite that, the 3 teams that are still alive, battling for that last spot in the NFC playoffs, the one team that has the best chance, the one team that has the only ability to control their own destiny, are the Green Bay frickin' Packers. Ain't that some fucking shit or what? There. Did I explain it all? I think we got it in, and we just got back from commercial. I think I fucking got it in. Let's go. Let's go. I'll talk about it more. Like I said, I'll talk about all this stuff more. I'll talk about all this stuff more on Wednesday. That, I'm assuming, will probably be a longer episode because there is so much to talk about, both from this past week and going into next Sunday. But it'll be a lot of fun to talk about. It's always fun around this time of year, seeing who can sneak in and who can't. It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be so much fun. I can't wait. Ugh. But anyway, we're now back. And the Pittsburgh Steelers are finally going to get their second drive of the game started at their own 25 with 14:08 to go in quarter number 2. And the first play of the game, fuck. I am just, my brain right now. But the first down play is a run by Najee Harris, and it was about an 8-yard run. So it's going to be a 2nd and 2. Never mind. It was actually a 9-yard carry. It's going to be 2nd and inches. Here we go. 2nd and inches. Pickett under center. And it's going to be a handoff to Najee. Najee makes a cut, picks up the first down, and gets to around the 39-yard line. Maybe closer to the 40. But it's going to be a first down for the Pittsburgh Steelers regardless. Alrighty, so yeah, I laid it all out now. Hopefully it's understood. But yeah, here we go. But this game does mean a lot to both teams, really. 1st and 10, and Pickett falls. They were trying to run a bootleg for him, and Pickett fell. They tried to run a design bootleg for him, but the turf monster got him. And it's going to be, what is that, about I don't even know how many yards he lost on that. And did he get tripped by Najee Harris, or did the turf monster get him? Nah, it was the turf monster. That fucking turf monster, man. It was a 7-yard loss, so it's a 2nd and 17 back at the 31-yard line. Play clock down to 3. Snap to Pickett. Looking, throws it, completes it to, I can't see who that is, number 18. That's Deontay Johnson. Deontay Johnson with his first catch of the night. Brings it back to a 3rd and manageable. But man, I don't know if they would have gotten a successful play off that bootleg, but man, that fucking turf monster is a bitch sometimes. But here we are. They got a lot of those yards back, so it's a 3rd and 3. Here we go. 3rd and 3 for the Steelers. Shotgun formation. Jeff Warren is in the game of running back. And Justin Houston gets a free shot at him, but Pickett avoids him. Pickett rolls and throws it, completes it to George Pickens. And there is a flag on the play. Gets up. We'll see what the flag is in just a minute. But what a play by Kenny Pickett to escape that. Justin Houston had a free shot at him. And Pickett was able to escape, roll out. And we'll see here. Oh, it's illegal touching. Pickens stepped out of bounds. That's not going to count. Damn. Illegal touching. Pickens stepped out of bounds. Damn. Great play by Pickett, and it's wiped off because George Pickens stepped out of bounds. But here we go. 4th and 3, and yep, they're just going to punt. Damn. That was such a great play by Pickens. Not Pickens. Pickett. God, why do they have to be on the same team? Why? That's going to be... But anyway, first punt of the game, and it's a nice punt by Harvin, and it rolls and rolls all the way down to the 6-yard line. What a nice punt by Presley Harvin. And now we're going to head to commercial break with 10:50 to go in the first half. Game knotted up at 3. So yeah, this is still an important game for both teams. Not as important for the Ravens, but they are, like I said, they are still in the playoffs. But the AFC North is still up for grabs. No team has been able to clinch the AFC North at the moment, even though two teams from that division are already in. The other team, obviously, being the Cincinnati Bengals, who play tomorrow night against the Buffalo Bills. So that's a situation. Hold on one moment. I just want to see real quick. Excuse me. This gonna be a bit. Eh. Alrighty. So the Cincinnati Bengals are able to clinch the AFC North this week with a win over Buffalo tomorrow. And if Baltimore loses tonight, Cincinnati wins the AFC North and officially gets a home playoff game and wins the AFC North back-to-back years with a win tomorrow night at home against Buffalo, and if Baltimore is able to lose to Pittsburgh tonight. But if Baltimore, and this is why this game is important for Baltimore, one, it's your offense has only scored 2 touchdowns in the last 3 weeks. Yes, you don't have Lamar, but it's a nice thing going because even though you clinched a playoff spot last week, I don't think they won a game. I don't think they won last week. Did they? I don't think they. Who did they play last week? Oh, they played the Falcons last week and they won. All right. My apologies on that. But yeah. But the Ravens are still in play to win the AFC North. And they could still be in play for that because hold on one moment. I think they play. Do the Ravens and Bengals play next week? They do. So if the Ravens are able to hold on and win tonight, then that means, regardless of what happens tomorrow night in Cincinnati, that game next week between the Bengals and Ravens will determine who wins the AFC North. Here we go. 1st and 10. We're back. Handoff goes to Gus Edwards, and he gets stopped right at the line. 2nd and 10 coming up. Yeah, man. This is January football. This is late December, January football, New Year's Day football. Always offering the craziest of shit. And that was TJ Watt that just came in and blew that play up from the start. Here you go. 2nd and 10. My apologies. 2nd and 10. Huntley under pressure. He's going to roll, throws it short, completes it to Deshaun Jackson, who gets his first catch of the night. The longtime veteran Deshaun Jackson gets his first reception. Don't expect him to have too many deep plays thrown his way tonight, as this offense still doesn't entirely trust Tyler Huntley in that regard as far as pushing the ball down the field. But the catch there, bring it to a 3rd and 1. And is a handoff to Edwards. And Edwards, he goes absolutely nowhere. He goes absolutely nowhere. Steelers are able to force a 3 and out. And are they going to go for it? It's 4th and 1. I can't imagine they do, and it looks like they're not going to. They're just going to send the punt unit out. They're not going to risk going for it on a 4th and short in their own territory, this deep in their own territory, I should say. Because if you don't get it, then the Steelers would get the football at your own 15. So they're just going to bring out the punter, and the punt is away. Again, a booming punt. Fair catch called for by Steven Sims at the 35-yard line. So both teams flagging the play. We'll see what this is in a second. It's punt return, so it's usually in the receiving team. Usually. And yep, it's holding on the receiving team. So that's going to be a 10-yard penalty. So they're going to start their drive at around the 25 instead of the 35. 8:46 to go in the third quarter. Man, so both teams had great opening drives that took up an entire half a quarter. Both drives resulted in field goals. And for both teams, their second drives resulted in punts. In the Ravens case, it was a 3 and out. So just right off the bat, despite different records, despite one team already being in the playoffs, despite one team needing a Hail Mary just to sneak into the playoffs, this game so far is showing that these teams are evenly matched. Now, granted, like I said, the Ravens, they're dealing with injury issues. That was kind of the story for them last year where they were dealing with a lot of injuries. No Lamar Jackson. No, I don't even think they have Marlon Humphrey, or definitely don't have Marcus Peters for this game. A lot of their better players, they don't have their top two receivers. Injuries have been something that the Baltimore Ravens have battled a lot in the past couple of years. It's what kept them out of the playoffs last year. And it's probably what's going to keep them from getting a home playoff game this year. Potentially. We don't know. But am I lagging a little bit? All right, there we go. On my end, it looked like I was lagging a little bit, but we're all good. But yeah, it showed the first two drives for both teams just showed how evenly matched both these teams truly are. It's one of the reasons why games between these two teams are always so fun. Because they're always either really good or they're always in the same tier. Here we go. Looks like we're back from commercial. Here we go. And is that that's another, that looks like Stevens, another corner for the Ravens heading into the locker room. Kavon Seymour is now coming in. Man, like I said, I was just talking about injuries for this team, and they are once again just starting to stack up again. Here you go. 1st and 10 for the Steelers, though. Hand off to Najee Harris, and Harris gets it to around the 36-yard line. Oh, and here comes Stevens again. He was heading to the locker room. He's now coming out of the locker room. I guess he's all good. Yes, he's all good. Here we go. 2nd and 5. Oh, I thought they were about to show the replay of what happened. I guess not. All right. 2nd and 5. Pickett under center. Gunnar Olszewski is the motion man, and they hand off to Olszewski on a wide receiver end around, and he's able to pick up the first down and a yard on top of it. That's going to move the chains. They'll be first down from their own 41-yard line. And here we go. We are now under 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. First and 10, Pickett is once again back under center. Hand off to Warren this time, and Warren's able to get it past the 40, and he's tackled at around the 42, maybe got to the 43-yard line. All right, so the Steelers. Now, the only difference between the second drive for both these teams was that the Steelers were actually able to pick up a first down or two, whereas the Ravens just went straight 3 and out. So the Steelers so far in these first 3 drives have shown that they're still able to move the football rather effectively. Now The Steelers already have 91 rushing yards on the night. And it's another run. Hey, it ain't broke, don't fix it. And it's going to pick up a first down. This time, Jeff Warren again, down around the 47-yard line. They are inching closer to midfield. And the Pittsburgh Steelers are so far just imposing their will on the ground. They're averaging 6.5 yards per carry in this game so far. And Warren is still in the game at running back. Here we go. 1st and 10. Shotgun formation now. Pickett is going to throw now. Pickett under pressure. Pickett is going to throw it. And it is caught by Diontae Johnson. And now they're rolling it incomplete. They're saying he bobbled it. Would have been a first down, but they're saying it's incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up. Diontae Johnson just couldn't haul it in. Oh, no, he dropped it. I thought you could have made an argument there. I was like, oh, there's something to look at, but not. He had it in his hands, and then as he was pulling it back down, the ball just slipped out and hit the ground. That's an easy one. It was Odafe Owe that got the pressure on Pickett that forced him to scramble. 2nd and 10 now, and back to the ground they go. It's Jeff Warren. Now they're past midfield, down around the 47-yard line of Baltimore. 3rd and manageable coming up as we are now at the 6-minute mark of the second quarter. Here we go. 3rd and 5. Warren is still in the game of running back. And it's shotgun formation, trips on the left. Single receiver to the right. Snap to Pickett, looking under pressure. He's going to roll to his left, throws it over the middle, and it's caught by Pat Freiermuth past the 40-yard line. That's going to be enough for a first down. 1st and 10, and here come the Pittsburgh Steelers, moving the football down the field once again. You know, even though we're this deep into the first half, and the Steelers offense only has 3 points to show for it, Steelers offense has actually been able to move the ball rather consistently. A great catch by Freiermuth with Kyle Hamilton all over him. There you go. 1st and 10, another handoff to Najee Harris, who's back in the game. And Harris is able to pick up about 2, trying to fight for extra yardage, but it's going to be tackled by Roquan Smith. 2nd and 8 coming up. Ooh. All righty. Here we go. 2nd and 7, actually. 2nd and 7 for the Steeler offense. This is going to be their 9th play of the drive. And it's a handoff to Harris. And Harris trying to get to the 30, but he's going to be a yard shy of the 30. It's going to bring him about a 3rd and I want to say 4, potentially. 3rd and 3, actually. So it's going to be a 3rd and short for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Crowd now starting to get into a little bit. 3:45 and counting to go in this first half. Snap to Pickett, looking, throws it over the middle, and then it's incomplete. Tried to squeeze it into Freiermuth, but Chuck Clark, the safety, knocked it away. And it's going to be 4th and 3. And do you consider going for it? Or are they going to send out the field goal unit? Because how far would this be? They're at like the 32-yard line. So this would be about what? This would be about like a 48, 49-yard attempt. And yep, it'll be a 48-yard attempt for Chris Boswell. And it's nearly blocked. And he doinked it off the upright. He doinked it. It's no good. Oh my God. It nearly got blocked. And then I think that affected Boswell just enough for him to pull it slightly and it doinked off of the upright. It's no good. So after all of that, a great drive put together by the Steeler offense, and it results in absolutely nothing. That's got to sting. That stings if you're the Steelers. Ugh. I hurt for them. That's I hurt for them. Ugh. That was such a great drive too, and to have it result in absolutely nothing. Because you felt it. The Steelers, if they had all the momentum there, the Steelers had all of the momentum there, and to have it end like that, and the Ravens are going to get the ball with decent field position, like pretty good field position, with what, around like just 3 minutes to drive down, get in field goal range to take the lead. Because that's the thing. All you need right now is like, if you're the Ravens, you're just like, we just need to take the lead. Like, I get it. We only had 2 touchdowns in our last 3 games, but at this point, this primetime football, we're still in play to win the division. Let's just focus on taking the fucking lead at this point. All right. So we're still in commercial break. We all know how much this league loves their commercials. Those of you who stuck with me all year know how much I've been bitching about that. Though I wouldn't classify it as bitching if I'm justified. And just as I say that, we're back. Yay! They listen to me. So we are now back. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Baltimore Ravens at, I believe, their own 32-yard line. So pretty good field position after the Chris Boswell missed field goal. 3:30 exactly left in this first half. Oh, actually be 1st and 10 at their own 38. And just like that, it'll probably go back to their 32 now because it's a false start. Josh Oliver, the tight end. So I got it wrong. It was the 38, not the 32, but now it's back to the 38 after the false, back to the 32 after the false start. So, instead of a 1st and 10, now it's a 1st and 15. Pistol formation for Huntley and company. J.K. Dobbins is the running back in the game, and it's a handoff to Dobbins. Dobbins breaks it outside. Dobbins is going to pick up a first down, it looks like, and he does. J.K. Dobbins, what a run by him to bounce to the outside and pick up the first down on a 1st and 15. Needed 15, he got 16. And they are past midfield, I believe. Oh, what a great block by, oh my God, Patrick Ricard with such a great block on TJ Watt. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line for the Baltimore Ravens, and handoff to Dobbins. And Dobbins, he's been kind of the workhorse so far for the Ravens offense. He gets it to around close to the 45-yard line. Be about 2nd and 5 coming up. All righty. Man. 2nd and 5. 220 and counting. In the first half, it's a handoff to Dobbins again. He gets hit hard at the line, but he bounces right off of it and is able to pick up a first down. He got stood up at the line, but just absorbed it and was still just kept his legs trending and was still able to bounce off of it and was able to pick up the first down. And now we have hit the 2-minute warning. Not a lot of action so far in this game, but more action than you might think. Yeah, the Steelers were able to move the ball rather effectively, but only 3 points to show for it. The Ravens moved the ball effectively the first drive, went 3 and out the second drive. Now they're just, this third drive of the game, they're just now basically carrying J.K. Dobbins to glory is really what it is. So, yeah, if you're the Ravens at this point, you're just thinking, hey, man, any score here is taking the lead. We know this offense with Tyler Huntley in. No disrespect to Tyler Huntley, but we know this offense with him at quarterback. You can only do all but so much. And I've said this before. I sound like a broken record, but this offense has only scored 2 touchdowns in the past 3 weeks. So at this point, you're just like, let's just get some kind of points. We have Justin Tucker, who can kick probably quite literally from anywhere on the field. So let's just try and at least get into his range so we can at least feel comfortable and try and drain this clock. And that's something both these teams have done an excellent job of, is keeping control of the ball. Both teams have kept this ball on the ground. Like, we expected the Ravens to do this, but the Steelers have also done a fantastic job of keeping the ball on the ground. And both these teams have just dominated as far as time possession goes, because both these teams have just drained as much clock as possible. If all goes according to plan, we might actually get off stream by before 11 at this rate, probably. Nah, actually, I just looked at it. It's 9:30. Probably not. But but anyway, it feels like it though, because both these teams have just been moving the ball at a slow, steady pace and killing clock along with it. So that's why I think the Ravens are, is like, let's just get into field goal range, try and drain this clock as much as possible so they don't get the football back. And let's just head into halftime with a 6-3 lead at worst. At worst, head in with a 6-3 lead. But here we go. 3rd and inches. Dobbins actually didn't pick up the first down, but Huntley with the QB sneak, he's going to pick it up. Surge from the pile, he's able to pick it up, and that's going to be a 1st and 10. Moving the chains for the Ravens. And yep, clock is just ticking. Clock is just ticking. Are they close to Tucker's range yet? How close are they? I mean, realistically, they're past midfield. So realistically, they're probably already in his range. But Ravens at the moment, they're at the Pittsburgh 39-yard line. So they should be in his range. Hand off to Dobbins, and Dobbins breaks it outside. Dobbins picks up the first down, and Dobbins is out of bounds past the 30, close to the 25. J.K. Dobbins, he's just been dominating this drive so far. Man, the Ravens' running game has just been really effective. I mean, this is what this offense is built for. This offense, for the past, 4 years, has been just built around the run, like damn near entirely around the run. So it shouldn't be shocking that they're this dominant at it. But they've just been able to control the line of scrimmage. And 1st and 10, it's going to be hand off to Gus Edwards this time. They're giving Dobbins a breather. And he's able to pick up about 2 down to the 25-yard line. 2nd and 8. And we are now under a minute to go. And once again, clock is ticking away. Clock is ticking away. They're thinking, hey, if we get a touchdown on this drive, awesome. But we just at least want to go into half with a lead. And when we take that lead, we want to make sure There's no time left for the rest of the first half. Here we go. Pistol formation, and they're actually going to throw it. Tyler Huntley pump fakes, rolls and throws, completes it to Mark Andrews for a first down at around the 15-yard line, out of bounds with 32 seconds left. And that's going to be a new fresh set of downs, 1st and 10. Man, both these teams offensively, they know they're not great offensively, but they're just playing such great, disciplined control football. And you know both of these defenses are just annoyed as shit. The defenses for both these teams are just annoyed as shit, and you know it. Here we go. 1st and 10. It's a handoff. No, Huntley keeps it. I don't even know if he got back to the line. He might have did. But he gets tackled. 2nd and 10 coming up. 28 seconds left. Who called the timeout? And I think it was the Ravens that called the timeout. I'm not sure. They're not showing it. I'm assuming it was the Ravens that called timeout. But yeah, both these teams, like I said, they know they're not the greatest offensive units. But they are like, what's the one thing we can do that we feel like we can succeed? Just run the ball and try not to do anything stupid to force a turnover. Try not to turn the ball over. That's basically, both these teams are basically using the same game plan, is ball control, try not to turn it over. Let's just keep it on the ground, drain as much clock as possible. Let's just try and shorten this game as much as we possibly can and make sure that our opponent does not get a whole lot of time left to do anything with it. And also just hope our defenses can withstand it and hope our defenses can make plays for us. Because both these defenses have not played up to their potential. You can excuse that for the Ravens because they've dealt with so many injuries this year. Like they're missing their top 2 corners. They're missing Calais Campbell. Like they're missing a lot of these really key pieces. But for the Pittsburgh Steelers, yeah, TJ Watt has been out for most of the year, but he's now back. He's healthy. He's playing. And it's a defense that hasn't really had a lot of injuries outside of TJ Watt. They missed Minkah for a couple games, but that was really nothing in the grand scheme of things. But they just have underperformed for the most part. But you see it at times, or both these defenses, like you see it at times, like despite the injuries the Ravens have, despite the inconsistency and not living up to the hype of the Steelers, every once in a while you see flashes that they could still be a dominant defensive unit. You saw that last week on that Saturday night special against the Raiders. So that's really just all it is. You're just hoping that your defense can stop them at some point to try and shift the momentum fully to your side. Because right now it's a seesaw. Right now, both these teams are just seesawing. No team has the momentum right now because they're both doing the same thing. They're both kind of had the same game plan, and they're both executing that game plan to damn near perfection. So 2nd and 10. Here we go. 28 seconds left. We're back from commercial. Huntley pump fakes, and it's a screen to Isaiah Likely, his first catch of the game, and he gets wrapped up back at the 21-yard line. And another timeout's called, and it's going to be the second timeout for the Ravens. So it's going to be a 3rd and long again. Here's what I don't get. I was just talking about why they were executing everything so well, especially on the ground. Why are you trying, once you get into and close to the red zone, are you now all of a sudden wanting to throw the football when the ground game has been working so well for you on this drive? Why? Man, they really are taking that let's just get into halftime with a lead thing to heart, aren't they? They really are taking that to heart. Here we go, 3rd and 16. J.K. Dobbins is back in the game, a running back. 22 seconds left. And is a handoff to Dobbins, and Dobbins is able to get it to the 15-yard line. 13 seconds and counting, and I think they're just gonna. Oh, there's a bit of a skirmish. Flags are flying. There's a bit of a skirmish. There's a bit of a kerfuffle. A little bit of a brouhaha happening on the field around J.K. Dobbins. Let's see what's happening here. There's a flag in the field. I think this is a flag for what happened after the play. Oh, God. This is on the Ravens. Oh, Lord. Personal foul on the Steelers. And I think that's going to be an automatic first. You got one timeout. Do you want to, do something with it? Let's see. Who was that on? Was that on Cameron Hayward? Yeah, Hayward shoving 2 guys, it looked like he was trying to swing it around Lee Stanley. Man, the veteran, the oldest guy on this defense, and he's the one that did the stupidest thing. Why? You don't expect that out of Cameron Hayward. But now it's a 1st and goal, 11 seconds left. The Ravens still have one timeout, and it's an empty set. Snap to Huntley, looking, throws it to the end zone, and it is caught by who is that? That is Isaiah Likely, the rookie tight end. And just like that, what would have been a 6-3 lead going into half is now an extra point away from being a 10-3 lead, all because of the stupid personal foul penalty committed by Cameron Hayward of all people. Oh my goodness. That's just stupid. I was talking about hoping that your defense would hold up enough to try and force as little as possible to try and just hold them to the field goal. And they did that, and they pissed it away. Extra point is good. It's now a 10-3 ball game with 7 seconds left until halftime. Oh my God. You don't expect that out of the 11-year veteran, the 12-year veteran, actually, in Cameron Hayward. You don't expect that out of the leader of the defense. Should be preaching, don't do anything stupid in this situation, is the one that does something really fucking stupid in this situation. And one play later, the Tyler Huntley and company makes them pay. Oh, man. It's shit like that. Shit like that is the reason why the Steelers are in the position they're in right now. Where, yes, they are still alive in the playoff race, but it's reasons like that why they need significant help if they do pull off a win tonight to make the playoffs, and why they're not closer to controlling their own destiny. And why you looked at this team this year and say this is not what you'd expect out of a Pittsburgh Steelers football team is because of shit like that. It's just randomly shooting yourselves in the foot. And the kickoff is Steven Sims actually going to run this out. Steven Sims, and he's going to take it to the 25-yard line. 3 seconds left. They're just going to take a knee, head into halftime. And yeah, that looks like it's exactly what's going to happen. 10-3. Baltimore up. It should have been a 6-3 ball game had it not been for the personal foul. But yeah, Kenny Pickett takes a knee, clocks it, triple zeros, and that is going to be it on the first half. The Ravens are going to get the opening kickoff of the second half. And man, Oh man, that's a frustrating way to end it. You play that s- as well as you can. I'm not gonna say super well. You played that as well as you can in the first half. If you're the Steelers, and you're going down trailing by 7 because of a self-inflicted wound. Oh my gosh, it's reasons like that why the Steelers are in the position they're in right now. But we are at halftime, which you know what that means. That I'm going to take a little break for halftime just to give my voice a little bit of a rest. I will be back though for the start of the second half. And we back just in time for the kickoff of the second half. Baltimore Ravens are going to be receiving the second half kickoff, and the kickoff is underway, and it just goes straight out the back of the end zone. So the Ravens are going to start their first drive at their own 25-yard line. Alrighty, so Ravens kind of got bailed out towards the end of the first half there. They were supposed to get a field goal to make it 6-3. But a Cameron Hayward personal foul penalty gave them a fresh set of downs, and immediately in the next play, I should say, they capitalized on an Isaiah Likely touchdown. And the first play of the second half is a first down connection with Mark Andrews, and that's going to move the chains. So first play, first down of the second half for the Baltimore Ravens. So now the Ravens all of a sudden have a really good chance to make this more difficult for the Steeler offense if they're able to successfully capitalize on this drive. 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line. Hand to Dobbins, and Dobbins able to maintain his balance. That was a great play by J.K. Dobbins. Got blown up like 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage by I don't even know. That was 4 Steelers all hit him. He spun, was able to maintain his balance, and then fall forward for a 2-yard gain. What a great feat of athleticism by J.K. Dobbins to keep that play alive. And now all of a sudden, outside what would have been a 2nd and 13 is now turned into a 2nd and 8 at the 41-yard line. Snap to Huntley. It's a keeper to Huntley. Huntley gets wrapped up by Spillane after maybe a gain of 1. 3rd and maybe 7 coming up for the Ravens offense. Now, the Steelers defense, if they want to make up for what they did at the end of the first half, they have to make a stop here on this down. They have to. If they want to keep this a close game, they have to make a stop here. 3rd and 7. Snap, and Huntley's under pressure, and he completes it to Mark Andrews. And Mark Andrews is carrying Minkah, who's trying to rip the football out, but he's able to get it into Pittsburgh territory down the 40-yard line of the Pittsburgh Steelers. He was giving Minkah Fitzpatrick a piggyback ride while Minkah was trying to rip the football out, was unsuccessful. And Mark Andrews with a huge catch and run to put the Ravens into Steeler territory. And Minkah, the man who made the tackle, is down still. It looks like he did something to his arm. And I was just talking about how the Steelers haven't dealt with that many injuries on the defensive side, but when they have, it's been to key players. There's another one. Looks like he did something to his arm on the tackle. And Minkah is still down. They're heading to commercial break right now. Shit, that's one of the last things the Steelers team needed was what looks like a serious injury to a key role player. Not a role player, I should say, just a key player in general in Minkah Fitzpatrick. But I will say the one positive that should come from this is it should give the Steelers defense time to take a breather and regroup a little bit. Just enough time to try and figure out some adjustments right now. That's really the only positive you could say in a situation like this. I was just talking about regrouping, but it's kind of hard to regroup when one of the leaders on your defense and one of the star players on your defense is down on the ground. But Steelers all of a sudden defensively need to figure out an answer fast. Because I was just talking earlier at the end of the first half how it felt like neither team had the full momentum. It was just both teams were kind of just seesawing. Well, hold on one moment. There we go. I was just talking earlier how it felt like both teams were seesawing and neither team had the full momentum. Well, now all of a sudden the seesaw is starting to tilt towards one end in a favorable manner because now it feels like the Ravens all of a sudden have complete momentum on their side. And it all started from that personal foul penalty by Cameron Hayward. And I know it was only at the end of the first half, but if the Steelers end up losing this game and they officially get eliminated from the playoffs, I think it'll come back to that play. I think that play, if the Steelers lose this game, will come back and be the one that bites them in the ass. Here we go. We're back, though. 1st and 10 and a flag on the play. It looks like it's going to be a false start. So that's at least a little something. 5-yard penalty to back the Ravens up 5. So what happened? All right, they're showing the replay with Minkah. I can't really tell entirely what happened on that play. But Damontae KZ is in as his replacement. Here we go. 1st and 15, excuse me. It's a handoff to Dobbins, and Dobbins, he gets stood up at the line. Ball came out, but he was already down. They're marking him down. It'll be 2nd and 15. JK was able to get back to the line. Here we go. 2nd and 15. All righty. 2nd and 15. 11:30 to go in this third quarter, which reminds me, I will change that the next commercial break. First, here we go. Tyler Huntley's going to scramble. Flag on the play. It's probably going to come back. It's a holding, probably. Tyler Huntley was able to escape the pressure, but it looks like there's a flag on the play. It's probably going to be holding, and it's coming back. Holding. Yeah, geez. It's going to be a 2nd and 25 now for the Ravens. I think I jinxed them, guys. I think I fucking jinxed them. So I was just talking about how the Ravens felt like they have all the momentum now all of a sudden. Well, now that's back-to-back plays that put them back multiple yards. And now they went from a 1st and 15 at the Steeler 40 or 1st and 10 at the Steeler 40 to now a 2nd and 25 back in their own territory. There we go. Play clock down to 3. Snap to Huntley. Looking. Throws it down the field, and it is complete to Mark Andrews down to the 35-yard line. And just like that, that's a way to get all those yards back. Why not? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Go straight back to number 89, Mark Andrews. And now what looked like them shitting themselves in the foot, they're now back to a 3rd and manageable. What poise by Tyler Huntley. And Andrews he bobbled that a little bit, but he was able to corral it, control it, out of bounds. And now it's a 3rd and 5. 3rd and 6, actually. Excuse me. Tyler Huntley takes a snap under a bit of pressure, rolls to his left, and he's going to try and run for it, but he gets stood up by Minkah, who's back in the game. That's great to see. Minkah Fitzpatrick is back in the game. Was able to make the tackle there. Only a 2-yard run by Tyler Huntley. And now it's 4th down. So the Steelers defense was able to answer on that. Got a little bit of help because of some self-inflicted wounds by the Ravens. There we go. And oh Jesus. Cameron Hayward fucking lit up Tyler Huntley on that, but the Ravens are going to settle for a Justin Tucker field goal. 51-yard attempt. Snap, ball down, and it's Justin Tucker. Of course, it's going to be good. It is now 13-3. Baltimore Ravens lead with how much time is left in the third? Can't tell. We're close to the halfway point of the third quarter. Again, though, another drive. Both these teams have just been dominating time of possession. Like, usually there's one team in these games that's sort of like, it's just one team that has control in the time of possession, but both these teams have really just had control of the clock, really. And that was enough of it. That was another drive that took up a significant chunk, if not an entire half of the third quarter. And they were able to get points out of it. They now have a 2-possession lead. But now, how do the Steelers' offense respond? Like I said, they've been able to move the ball rather effectively. One drive resulted in a punt, and the other was a missed field goal. So this should have been a 6-13 ball game. But here we are. Instead, it's a 10-point ball game. And we're going to see if the Steelers can actually capitalize on this. They've had 3 drives. Both have been long and taken a lot of time off, but they've only been able to capitalize with points off of one, and that was the opening drive of the game. Other than that, they've been able to move the ball effectively, but it hasn't resulted in anything. The Ravens' drives have resulted in points, at least. So, in all but one of their drives. So, it's really all you could say about the Steelers right now. But yeah, we're just waiting for them to get a commercial break right now. All righty. My apologies. All righty. And we are back. And Steven Sims thought about running it out, but he instead opted to just take a knee for a touchback. And the Steelers are going to get the ball at their own 25 with 9:31 to go in this third quarter. Honestly, if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, I wouldn't try and change much as far as your approach goes. Because honestly, what you've been doing for most of the part has been effective. And Pickett's first pass of the half gets bad into the air, but thankfully falls incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up. But yeah, the Steelers' offensive game plans worked fine. It's just, like I said, they're not able to capitalize on anything, and that's really what it is. They need to think of some better play calling and some better execution once you actually get past the opponent's 30. So here we go. 2nd and 10. Hand off to Najee Harris, and he gets a hole. Najee Harris picks up a first down and more. Najee Harris kicks Ravens defenders down to the 40-yard line and that's going to move the sticks. That's a really nice run by Najee. We've been waiting for him to get a little hole to actually get a big run going. That's his biggest run of the night. Man, Najee, if only he had a better offensive line in front of him, he would be so much more respected around the league than I feel like he is as far as being a player is concerned. Here you go. 1st and 10, handoff to Najee again, and Najee picks up about 3. Because Najee's a guy that he can legitimately be a top 10, if not a top 5 back in this league, if he has a great offensive line in front of him. Now, I granted, you can maybe say that about a lot of running backs in the league, but Najee is just one of those guys where he was a first round pick out of Alabama for a reason. He had the talent. He was Najee Harris. Hold on one second. 2nd and 7. And it's another handoff to Najee. This time he gets blown up behind the line, and he's going to lose significant yards. He's now back to his own 32. Oh God! You know what? Never mind. I was singing Najee's praises, but that was a rough one. The Ravens just swarmed him on that, and he made it worse by running backwards. He made a bad play even worse by running backwards. Ugh. Damn. But anyway, yeah, that run now makes it a 3rd and 14 now for the Steelers. Empty set for Pickett. Pickett looking, throws it, and holy shit, what a catch by George Pickens. George Pickens catches it right at the sticks, and that's going to be enough for a 1st down. George Pickens just snatched that out of the air. Holy shit. What a catch by Pickens. Right at the sticks, and that's going to be it. That's going to move the chains. That's right at midfield. One extension by George Pickens to keep this drive alive. Here you go. 1st and 10. Play clock down to 3. Pickett going to drop back to pass again. Rolls to his left. Under pressure. He's going to throw it short, high, but complete to Jeff Warren. And Warren gets past the 45, down to around the 46-yard line. So 2nd and about 4 coming up. Here we go. 2nd and 4, 6:21 and counting left to go in this 3rd quarter. Drive that's already taken up a little over 3 minutes now. 2nd and 4. Pickett back under center. Warren is still in the game, a running back. And it's a handoff to Warren, and Warren got tripped up. He tripped up that goddamn turf monster again. But he was able to stumble forward to the original line. So it's going to be a 3rd and 4 instead coming up. Man, that fucking turf monster, man. The more you see that, the more you kind of understand why players prefer playing on grass fields. Here we go. 3rd and 4. Snap to Pickens. Pickens throws it short, complete to Warren. Warren picks up the 1st down and a couple more on top of it, past the 40. It down to out of bounds at around the 38-yard line. And Diontae Johnson is coming up limping. Oh, God. And Pickens is telling him to just go down. Oh, man. Diontae Johnson is down, and he is holding his ankle. Damn, he's one of the better receivers on this team. And if this team is looking to make a playoff push, that is one of the last things they want to see, is one of their better receivers than Diontae Johnson down on the field. I don't know. He was holding his ankle. We'll see when we get back from commercial break if we get a replay of it to see what exactly happened. One moment. Alrighty. Alrighty. Yeah. All right. There we go. Okay. Sorry. Camera looks like it was lagging again. All right. So now you're looking at a situation where you're probably not going to have Deontay Johnson for the rest of the night. Granted, Deontay Johnson wasn't making a huge impact on the game up to this point. He only had one catch up to this point, but he's still a key piece that you want to have around. We're still waiting to get back from commercial. Should be back any moment. All right, we're back. Let's see here. Doing just a little promo. Let's see what happened here. They're showing the replay. Let's see what happened. It looked like he probably just hit his leg on a Ravens defender that was going by him. Hopefully it was just a bruise and nothing more than that. I'm thinking it was. And yep, he's coming back on the field. I think it was just a bruise. I know that feeling. It hurts. I know that feeling. It hurts, but he is back on the field. He's fine. Najee Harris got a carry on 1st and 10. It was about a 5-yard carry. It's now 2nd and 5. Under 4.5 minutes now in this third quarter. Pistol formation, handoff to Harris again. Najee goes absolutely nowhere. He's able to get back to the line, but not any further than that. 3rd and 5 coming up for the Steelers offense. Okay. Oh, he was actually able to gain a yard on that somehow. Didn't look like he did, but it's now 3rd and 4. And it looks like the Ravens are going to take a timeout, and they will. Ravens are going to take a timeout. Talking about this first timeout of the second half. Like I said, I feel I don't want to sound like a broken record because everything I've said up to this point has already been said and is continuing to be true. That both teams have been able to move the ball rather effectively. Steelers have only had 3 points to show for it, but really not much else to say. Like I've said, I feel like everything there is to say about this game up to this point. Oh, they call it timeout because they had 12 guys on defense. That's why. That makes sense. That makes sense. 3rd and 4. 3rd and 4 for the Steelers offense. Empty set for Kenny Pickett. Snap to Pickett, and Hamilton has a free shot at him, but the pass gets off, and it's incomplete, intended for Deontay Johnson. Kyle Hamilton had a free shot at Pickett, and he's down. Kenny Pickett, he's down. He's now back up jogging off the field, but he took a lick from Kyle Hamilton, the rookie safety, who just came in like a heat-seeking missile, untouched, and had a free shot at Kenny Pickett. Man, Pickett got crushed by Hamilton. And they're going to settle for a 51-yard attempt by Boswell. And the kick is good. So he was able to make that one after doinking one previously. Hold on. Try to adjust this real quick. All right, so it's now a 7-point ball game. Hold on one moment. There we go. All righty. So 13-6 now. It's now a touchdown game. So it's still not what you'd want. But the way your drives have gone and have finished off throughout this game, some points are better than no points. And it's still, you made it back to a one possession game. So that's at least something to be somewhat positive about. But now it's, can your defense make a stand and not allow them to get really past midfield? Because once you're past midfield, if you're the Ravens, really like anywhere past midfield is Justin Tucker range. So if the Steelers come out on defense and force a 3 and out, all of a sudden now the tone completely shifts, because now it's like, all right, our offense, we haven't resulted in a lot of points, but we've still been able to move the ball effectively. And if our defense can help us out and they force a 3 and out, force a punt, give us good field position, now all of a sudden it's like, all right, now I feel like we can do something. Now we feel like we can actually do something and try and get into a position where we can at least punch this thing into the end zone. So there's only been one touchdown scored this whole game. And once again, it was that touchdown that was scored immediately after a Cameron Hayward personal foul penalty that kept that drive alive. Like, this should be a 9-6 ball game right now. Like, dead ass, I'm not even joking. This should be a 9-6 ball game. It should be. But here we are. 3:42 left in the third. Ravens are going to get the football back up 7. And the kickoff is away. And it looks like, nope, it's going to go out the back of the end zone. Touchback. Ravens get the ball at 25. This is a big drive, I feel like. Even though it's only the third quarter, I feel like this is a big drive defensively for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Because if you want to have a complete momentum shift, this is the drive to do it, I feel like. Yes, it's only the third quarter. Yes, it's only a 7-point ball game. But you've let this team move up and down the field on you all night. Here we go. 1st and 10. Handoff to J.K. Dobbins. Dobbins finds a hole. Dobbins maintains his balance, and he picks up a first down and more. Dobbins gets to midfield. That's not what I meant. That's not what I was talking about. The one thing I told you not to do, you do it on the first fucking play. And just like that, J.K. Dobbins, who's just been an animal all night, maintains his balance and gets it to midfield for the Ravens. Wow. Oh my gosh. Here we go. First and 10, 3 minutes and counting in the third quarter. There you go. Snap. Hand off to J.K. Dobbins again. This time he gets tackled from behind the line by DeMarvin Neal, the rookie defensive tackle for the Pittsburgh Steelers. This time they actually tackle him behind the line of scrimmage. So that's progress. That's progress. Here you go. 2nd and 8. Oh, he actually gained 2 yards on that? It didn't look like it. Okay. Didn't look like he gained 2 yards on that, but all right. Here you go. 2nd and 8. Huntley hit. He gets sacked. There he is. There's TJ Watt. You figured at some point he was going to get his. And boy, could that not have come in a better time. TJ Watt, that was so quick. That was so quick. It almost felt like he wasn't even blocked. That's because he basically wasn't. He wasn't. He just straight up ran around Morgan Moses. And he got to Huntley damn near untouched. And you figured at some point TJ Watt was going to get his. And boy, he got his. Here we go. 3rd and 18 for the Ravens. Huntley throws it, completes it to Likely, the man that always has the only touchdown in the game. He gets back to the 50, but that is going to be it. It's going to be 4th and 10, and the Ravens got the punt. All right. So let's just say the J.K. Dobbins run on that drive was a fluke. Let's just say that. Other than that, they did their job. And holy shit, we're seeing a punter. I cannot believe it, but we're actually seeing a punter. Here you go. 4th and 7. They're punting it away. 54 seconds and counting in the third quarter. Punt is away. Fair catch called for at the 10-yard line by Sims. And that's where the Steelers are going to get the football, and there's flag on the play. Oh, gosh. What's the flag? We're going to see what this flag is in a second. This is the bad thing about having a muted TV, because I have no idea what they could potentially be talking about. All right, it's just holding. Damn. He fair caught that at the 10. So are they going to place this ball with their backs against their own end zone? Golly. Oh, man. Yep, here they are. 1st and 10 with 46 seconds left in the third quarter at their own 5-yard line. Pickett under center. Olszewski is the motion man. Hand off to Najee Harris. Najee Harris bounces to the outside. Najee Harris gets a block on the outside. Najee Harris lowers the shoulder, is close to a first down. I don't know, depending on the spot. It looks like they're going to give him the first down. That's a way to give your offense breathing room. First down run by Najee Harris, and it looks like that's going to be the last play of this third quarter, potentially. Oh, they didn't give him the first down. It's 2nd and inches. And it looks like that's going to be the last play of the third quarter. Unless they snap this ball, they do. Hand off to Najee, and I don't know if he got there. Did he get there? I don't know if he got there. We'll find out, because that, ladies and gentlemen, is the last play of the third quarter, which means, hold on. Well, memento. That means, ladies and gentlemen, we have officially entered the fourth quarter. Yes, all righty. One possession game. Playoff hopes are on the line. Playoff seeding potentially on the line in this game. All will be determined in at least another 15 minutes of game time. All righty. Now, I don't know about that last spot. It was second and inches, and I don't know if he was able to actually get there or not. We'll see when we get back from commercial break. They might have given him enough of the first. I don't know. On the TV, it looked like he was stopped right at the line and didn't get there, just like barely didn't get there. So it is a matter of, well, like I said, we'll see. Let's not speculate because we'll find out immediately once we get back from commercial break on this. But it's a one-score game, touchdown game. And it just makes me think of how much that missed field goal in the first half by Chris Boswell, how crucial that was. Because instead of a 7-point game, you would have been looking at a 4-point game in the moment. Man, there were 2 plays. That's really all it was. There were 2 plays that could have swung this game in such a completely different direction for the Pittsburgh Steelers. One, the missed field goal by Chris Boswell. And the second was the personal foul penalty by Cameron Hayward. Both those plays have had such huge impacts on the score that we're seeing in this game right now. Like, this game should have been tied up at 9 right now. Had just those 2 plays gone differently. Here we go. 1st and 10. They did give him the first down. Najee gets the carry. Najee picks up the first down. Najee lowers his shoulder. Najee gets close to the 30-yard line, and now there's shit talking going on. This is what you expect out of this rivalry, man. This is what you expect out of the Steelers-Ravens rivalry. A lot of shit talking. Najee picked up the first down, got to the 30, popped up, and immediately got into a dude's face. Like, yeah, I'm that shit, motherfucker. I'm that shit, bitch. Now, all of a sudden, you're starting to see Najee Harris break off more runs. You're starting to see Najee having a little bit more of an impact than he was at the start. 1st and 10, Pickett rolling, throws it, completes it to George Pickens. That is going to be enough for a first down and then some. It'll be 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line now. And here come the Pittsburgh Steelers. Here come the Pittsburgh Steelers. Here we go. 1st and 10. Here we go. Snap to Pickett. High snap, but it's a handoff to Jeff Warren, giving Najee a break, but Warren is able to pick up a gain of 5 right at midfield. 2nd and 5 coming up. And it's starting to get chippy now. It's really starting to get chippy now between these 2 teams. It's 4th quarter, tight game. It's starting to get real fucking chippy. Here we go. 2nd and 4. Pickett is under center. Najee's back in the game, a running back. And it's an end around to Warren instead. And Warren picks up the first down. He gets it past midfield. And he gets the first down to around the 42-yard line, moving the chains once again for the Steelers offense. Man, oh man, oh man. Like I said, starting to get a bit of a momentum shift. Starting to sense it a little bit. Well, 1st and 10, empty set now for Pickett. Pickett immediately under pressure, but he's able to tip it. Holy shit, it got tipped. Nearly tipped into the arms of Kyle Hamilton, but it came up short. Wow. That play could have gone so horribly wrong. First of all, Justin Houston had once again a free shot at Pickett. Pickett threw it. The ball got batted into the air. Nearly got picked off by Jason Owe. By Odafe Owe, excuse me. Nearly got picked off by Hamilton, who was immediately behind him. But the pass instead fell incomplete. As 2nd and 10, and Najee Harris, now he's running pissed. Now Najee Harris is pissed off, and he's talking shit to everybody in sight. He's talking shit to Ravens. He's talking shit to the refs. He's talking shit to probably himself. He's talking shit to everybody right now. 3rd and 4, and now the Steelers going hurry up. Now the Steelers going hurry up. Snap the Pickett, looking, throws it, and completes it to Deontay Johnson, who makes a move. Deontay Johnson past the 20. Deontay Johnson out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. And like I said, here come them Steelers. Here come them Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh my gosh. What a move by Deontay Johnson to come back on that route, break a tackle, and here we are. Red zone possession for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pickett under center, hand off to Jeff Warren, and Warren picks up about 2 maybe on that play. 2nd and 8 coming up. We are now at the 11-minute mark of regulation. Man. Like I said, you just sense it. You're sensing it. You're sensing a change of momentum. 2nd and 8 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Excuse me. Shotgun formation once again. Handoff to Warren again. And this time he gets wrapped up 2 yards behind the line. Oh my gosh. 2-yard loss on the plays. Now back to a 3rd and 10. They were running the ball really effectively, but that time the Ravens were able to sniff it out. Urban, the deep tackle, was able to beat the block. And now it's a 3rd and long. Now you're looking at a 3rd and 10. Down 1 score. What do we got here? 3rd and 10. Play clock down to 3. They get it off. Snap to Pickett. Pickett looking, throws it to the end zone. I guess it was intended for Steven Sims, but they were not in sync. 4th down. And I think out comes the field goal unit potentially. Yeah. It's 4th and 10. Why would it's only the 9, not even the 9.5 minute mark. Here we go. Chris Boswell on. Try and give him a 4-point game. 33-yard attempt for ball. Kick is up, and it is good. 4-point game. 4-point game, and damn. Again, it's kind of the story of the night for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Great drive, moving the ball effectively, doing everything right, and you can't finish it off. I mean, we get points out of it, but the way they were moving that ball, like it almost felt like, yeah, this team's going to get into the end finally. And lost yards on a 2nd down play. miscommunication on a third down throw between Pickett and Sims. And now it's a 3-point game instead of potentially a tied ball game. But your defense has shown a pulse. On that last drive, your defense is now rested. Your defense is showing a pulse. So hopefully they could do what they did the last drive and they can force another, potentially a 3-and-out, or force a punt to get the ball back to their offense to see if they could do something with it again. But now we're getting to the point of the game where once you do get the ball back, you can't settle for a field goal again. I'm sorry. Yeah, we're not even at the 9.5-minute mark of the game. But the way this game has gone, you cannot. I don't know. I just feel like you can't afford to settle for another field goal. You just can't. Not at this point, I don't think. Because you sell for a field goal, you're still down 1. And both these teams offensively have been able to control the clock almost at will. So what would settling for another field goal the next time you get the football do for you? So here's what we're looking at here. Steelers are about to kick it off. Steelers are about to kick it off. And we'll see if the Pittsburgh defense lives up to the occasion that we know that they are capable of living up to. And actually get this ball back to their defense. Or back to their offense. Back to their defense. Here we go. And we're actually going to get a return on this kick. And he makes a couple moves, and now he's bounced to the outside. Oh, my God, he's past the 40, past the 45, past midfield, cuts it back inside. Is that Justice Hill, number 43? That is Justice Hill on the return. Gets it past midfield, and that is, out of all the things that you were expecting, a kickoff return to set the Ravens up in Pittsburgh territory to start is not what you were expecting. Oh my gosh. I want to say it's a backbreaker, but that's that's fucking rough. That is rough if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers. Here we go. 1st and 10. Hand off to Dobbins, but he gets swarmed 3 yards behind the line. So, hey, maybe the great starting field position might not have to matter. But the Ravens have been basically been carried by J.K. Dobbins for most of the night. Tried to go back to the well again. Didn't work out. Here you go. 2nd and 13 coming up for the Baltimore Ravens. 2nd and 12, actually. Play action for Huntley. Huntley looking under pressure. He's going to throw it deep, and it's intended for Mark Andrews. False incomplete. 3rd and 12 coming up. He had him, but he was covered way too well by Minkah Fitzpatrick. 3rd and 12 coming up. This is what I'm talking about. The Steelers defense finally playing up to the potential we know that you can play up to. And that was TJ Watt causing havoc once again. Able to get the pressure. And here we go. 3rd and 12. Shotgun formation. Snap to Huntley. Looking. Throws it short. Completes it. It's dropped. It's dropped by Isaiah Likely. He had it, but the hit jarred it loose. And just like that, it's a 3-and-out. The exact thing I said the Steelers defense needed, they did it. Now the Ravens are in Pittsburgh territory, so And we saw Justin Tucker warming up on the sideline, but they're not. They're going to punt it. They're going to opt for a punt. And the Ravens are looking to pin him deep. And a fair catch called for by Sims at the 8-yard line. So the Steelers, if they're going to want to take the lead, they have 8:41, and they're going to have to go 92 yards in order to do it. Can Kenny Pickett, the young rookie, pull off some primetime magic to potentially keep the Pittsburgh Steelers season alive? Remember, this is the situation we're at. Steelers with a win, they're still alive with a chance to sneak into the playoffs in the final week of the season next week. But you lose, you're going home. That's the situation for the Pittsburgh Steelers right now. You lose and your season's over. Win and you're still alive and you're still kicking. For the Baltimore Ravens, you win and the chance of winning the division and getting a home playoff game are still there with a chance to win it next week against the Bengals. But lose, and all of a sudden, all the Cincinnati Bengals have to do tomorrow night is win, and they are going to get a win in the division and get a home playoff game for the playoffs. That is the situation. Those are the situations we are looking at now from this game that could potentially be determined in these last 8 minutes and 41 seconds. So I mean, man, late season football, postseason football, even though we're not in the postseason technically yet, it still feels like postseason football. This is what we want, man. This is what we want. This is what we're excited for. This is what we're fucking pumped for. Oh, and the only thing that will fucking kill the mood is a goddamn long-ass commercial break. Fuck me. Shit. All righty. We're now back. It's going to be 1st and 10 at their own 8-yard line for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Here we go. And the drive's going to start out with Najee Harris on the bench. Jeff Warren is in the game of running back. Pickett under center. Olszewski, the motion man. And is a handoff to Warren on the counter. Warren breaks a tackle, gets hit at the 10, and is able to get it to the 12-yard line. So a pick of about 4. So you're now at the halfway point of this fourth quarter. And the Steelers want to play this the way they played that first drive. Kill as much clock as possible. Try and punch it in the end zone to make sure that the Ravens don't have that much time to try and get a counter. 2nd and 4. Shotgun formation now. Handoff to Warren yet again. It's been the running game. And Warren picks up the first down and a little extra after that. Past the 20, down to around the 23-yard line goes Jeff Warren. Man, this combo tonight of not, especially in this second half, of Najee and Jeff Warren have just been a dominating force. They are beating the hell out of this Ravens defense with that. 1st and 10. Pickett's going to throw it deep down the sideline for Diontae Johnson. He caught it. Was he out of bounds? They're ruling it. He was in bounds. What a catch by Diontae Johnson. We're going to have to look at the replay on this to make sure he was in bounds. But if this stands, holy shit. Diontae Johnson caught one. He was out of bounds. Let's see here. Catch one, out of bounds. Shit. That's incomplete. Damn. That would have been such a huge play. But it's going to be rolling complete. Well, that's a bummer. That's a bummer. He absolutely mossed Stevens on that play, but it's not gonna count. Ah, shit. Heck of an effort by Deontay Johnson, but wasn't able to get both feet in. 2nd and 10 now. 7:32 in this fourth quarter. Empty set. When Najee in motion, now he motions into his shotgun formation on Pickett's right. Snap to Pickett. Pickett with a clean pocket. Looking. Under a bit of pressure now. Pickett, he's going to get sworn that he's going to sit sacked back at the 15. Madubuike was the man that got to him, and it's now 3rd and long for the Pittsburgh Steelers offense, and they're going backwards all of a sudden. They had a great thing going on the ground, but now they tried back-to-back passes, and that was an 8-yard loss. Is this, now here's the question here. Is this considered 3rd down territory or 4th down or 4 down territory for the Steelers? We're now under 7 minutes. Would you consider this 4 down territory? Here we go. We'll find out soon. 3rd and 18. Pickett looking. The pass is batted, but it falls incomplete. Well, I got to punt it now because why would you go for it on 4th and 18? Oh, shit. I don't know why go away from the run. Why would you attempt to go away from the run? And not, if you are going to pass, not even do play action. You've been running the ball so effectively all night. Why would you then all of a sudden go away from it and not even run play action? 4th and 18. Presley Harvin's punt is away. Is caught at the 35-yard line, out of bounds at the Baltimore 37. And that's where the Ravens are going to start this drive. Can the Steelers defense force another 3 and out the way they did the last drive? They shown they had the potential. We'll see. Or will the Ravens put a bow on it? Will the Ravens milk this clock and put a bow on it? Now, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Even if the Steelers aren't able to force a punt, field goal still makes it a 7-point game. It still makes it a 1-point game, 1-possession game. There we go. Field goal still makes this a 1-possession game where touchdown and extra point ties it. So really the only thing you can't allow to have happen is the Ravens get into the end zone, because if they get in the end zone, game's over, essentially. So if you either force a punt or, at that point, make sure you at least hold them to a field goal. Either of those are the things. Obviously, you want to force them to a punt and get the football back and drive down the field to get a touchdown to take the lead. But also, I wouldn't hit the panic button if you force this team to kick a field goal. So, it's not game over yet, obviously. But we shall see. We shall see how the Ravens offense responds after that last drive, going to 3 and out, after getting set up with amazing field position after the kick return. And we'll see if the Pittsburgh defense still has gas left in the tank. Fuck, come on. Come on. I want to fucking get back. Stop with these fucking commercials. Alrighty. Alrighty. We are now back from commercial break. Here we go. First and 10 for the Baltimore Ravens. First and 10 at the 36-yard line. Snap to Huntley, who rolls to his right, throws it short, completes it to Mark Andrews. He gets tackled and wrapped up at the 40-yard line. 4-yard gain. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 6, maybe a 2nd and 7. So we are now approaching 6:15 to go in the ball game, or at least 6:15 in regulation. All right, here we go. 2nd and 6. Empty set. Dobbins motioned out wide. Now he's motioning back inside. Snap, handoff to Dobbins. Dobbins has been a workhorse, but he's able to pick up about 3 in that play. So it's going to be about a 3rd and 3. 3rd and short. This is huge. This is going to be a huge down potentially. This could be a huge down in this ball game. Now under 5.5 to go. Can the Steelers defense make a stand? Can the Ravens keep the drive going? Steelers still have all 3 timeouts. Ravens still have 2. 3rd and 3, shotgun formation. And is a handoff again to Dobbins. And Dobbins, he gets stopped at the line. Steelers force another 3 and out. And they're going to get the football back. The Steelers defense rises to the occasion again. And Cam Hayward, one of the guys kind of responsible for the Steelers being in the hole that they're in, makes a huge play to wrap up Dobbins to keep him from getting the first down. And now the Ravens are punting the ball away. And Steven Sims, he's just going to let this go out the end zone. It's going to be a touchback. And the Steelers get the football at the 20-yard line, at their own 20-yard line. And here we go. Steelers going to get a second opportunity at this. The Pittsburgh Steelers are going to get a second opportunity at this. Touchdown takes the lead here. Field goal does you absolutely nothing. But now here's the worst part. Waiting to get out of the goddamn commercial break. I'm impatient, if y'all haven't figured that out. I'm very impatient when it comes to these things. Oh my gosh. Alrighty. That's the situation. I think I've explained the situation plenty up to this point, up to the point where I feel like y'all are sick of it. So I'm not going to explain it further. Because like I said, I think y'all are sick of me talking about it. Come on. Let's get out of commercial break. Let's fucking get this going. Come on. Let's get this shit on the fucking road. All right, finally we're back. There we go. All righty, here we go. Back. Here we go, baby. 1st and 10 for the Steelers offense at their own 20-yard line. Hand out to Najee Harris. Najee finds a hole. Najee is able to get it past the 25 down to around the 27-yard line. 2nd and 3 coming up. 4 minutes and counting. Steelers still have all 3 timeouts. Here we go. Snap to Pickett. Pickett looking, has time. Throws it short, complete to Najee, and he gets hit low, and he's going to be tackled a yard shy of the yard gain. 3rd and 1. And that clock's still ticking. It's still ticking away. 3rd and 1 for the Steelers. They're taking their time. They are taking their time. They're trying to drain as much clock off as possible here. Here we go. Pickett is under center. And it's going to be a QB sneak for Pickett, and he's able to pick up the 1st down. Pickett just opts for the QB sneak, and he's able to pick that up. 1st down, and that's going to move the chains, and we are now at 3 minutes and counting to go in this ball game. And the Pittsburgh Steelers have complete control. Their playoff hopes are on the line in this game. The Ravens' hope to win the division is on the line in this game. Here we go. 1st and 10. Pickett takes a snap, looking, rolls. He's got a clean pocket. I don't know why he's running. Throws it, completes it. It was low, but I think he completed it. He did to Pat Freiermuth. They're saying he caught it. I run up and get a snap off before they have a chance to review this before the 2-minute warning. And Pickett does get the snap off. Pickett looking, throws it deep down the field. Holy shit, what a catch by Steven Sims of all people. Steven Sims, of all the possible options. Oh my God, there's a flag on the play. And it looks like it's going to be against the Ravens. It's going to be holding on Kyle Hamilton. It's holding on Kyle Hamilton, and they're going to decline it. What a clutch play by Steven Sims. Of all the names that you were thinking that was going to step up huge for the Steelers in the receiving game, Steven Sims probably was not the option you were thinking of. Yeah, let's look back at this Freiermuth catch. Yeah, that's a catch. Kind of unnecessary from Pickett there to just scramble when he had a completely clean pocket and no pressure in his face. But hey, he completed it. And then this strike to Steven Sims. What a throw and what a play by Steven Sims to jump up and catch that, knowing he was going to get hit. And it is now at the 2-minute warning. And the Pittsburgh Steelers are, I didn't see exactly where they are on the field. It's going to be 1st and 10 for them. I think they're close to the red zone, I think. Here we go. 1st and 10. Handoff to, no, it's an end around to Steven Sims, and he now takes it inside the 20-yard line. 2nd down coming up. So now the Pittsburgh Steelers are in the red zone. Last time they got into the red zone, they stalled out badly and had to settle for a field goal. You can't afford to do that here. Field goal does you absolutely nothing. Now this is straight up 4-down territory for the Pittsburgh Steelers here. We ain't got to worry about that right now because it's 2nd and 6 at the 19-yard line, at the 18-yard line, actually. And it's a handoff to Najee. Najee is able to pick up the first down. What a nice, strong run by Najee Harris to pick up the first down. Is able to get it to the 11-yard line. Najee jumped over a defender in order to get there. But he got there and he moved the sticks. Now 1st and 10 at the 11. This is what you live for, man. This is playoff football. It's not the playoffs officially yet, but this is basically playoff football. And the Ravens have called their second timeout with 1:49 left to go in the game. Ravens now only have 1 timeout remaining. Steelers still have all 3. Oh, he actually didn't pick up the first down. He was a yard shy. So Najee actually didn't pick up the first down on that play. He was actually just a yard short. Alrighty. Here we go. 3rd and 1. Pickett is under center. Sims, the motion man, and Pickett is going to try and do another QB sneak, and he's able to get it. Najee, he was stopped originally, but Najee Harris able to come from behind, give him a little push, and he was able to get the first down. And now the clock is back to ticking. We are now at 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Pickett was stopped at first, but Najee came up from behind to give him the little extra surge. There we go. Tripping up my words there. But that was enough to get the first down and keep the chains moving. Shotgun formation now. 1st and 10. Pickett takes a snap. Throws it to the end zone. Incomplete. Intended for Deontay Johnson. It looked like he had it for a second, but the pass fell incomplete. Stevens was on the coverage yet again. 2nd down. Clock stops with 1:06 to go in the ball game. Now it's 1st down from the 11, so the Steelers can still pick up a first down without getting a touchdown here. Snap, handoff to Najee, and he gets stopped. Picked up 2 on the gain. It's going to be 3rd and 8. Look, either way, it's 3rd down territory. This is 4 down territory no matter how you look at it here. It's 3rd and 8. I wouldn't even necessarily say this is a play that you have to get the first down on. Because you're looking at converting on 4th down or going for it on 4th down anyway. So you can, if you want to, dial up a play that would at least get you closer to the sticks to make it a potential 4th down more manageable. Because you don't want to take a shot to the end zone, have it go incomplete, and now you're staring in the middle of a 4th and 8. Now, the Steelers still have all 3 timeouts, so it's not the end of the world just yet, but it's getting close. Here we go. 3rd and 8. Shotgun formation once again. Najee motions out wide. Snap to Pickett. Looking. Under pressure. Escapes the sack. Throws it. Caught by Harris. It's caught by Najee Harris for the touchdown. Holy shit. What a play by Pickett and Harris. Holy fuck. Holy shit. Oh my God. When your playoff hopes are on the line, big time players make big time plays in big time games. And holy shit, Baltimore is stunned. M&T Bank Stadium is stunned into silence. And we are an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Boswell's kick is good. It is a 3-point game. What a drive. What a drive. They went 92 yards and capped it off in the end zone. What? Oh, shit. My fucking voice. What a play. What a play. Pickett to Harris. Oh, my gosh. You can't get better than this, people. You can't get any fucking better than this. And now, can the Ravens respond? They only have one timeout, but they have 56 seconds left. And the greatest kicker, arguably, to ever play this game on their side. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my God. Hold on. Hold on. I have to go into the Twitterverse for a second. And the kickoff is away, and they're just going to go out the back of the end zone. Here we go. 1st and 10 for the Ravens. Huntley checks it down, but it's incomplete. It's headed for Isaiah Likely. 52 seconds left. Clock stops. Oh my gosh. This is incredible. 52 seconds left. 2nd and 10. Oh, I didn't realize they don't have any timeouts left. The Ravens actually don't have any timeouts left. But still, 52 seconds left to get into field goal range is not an impossible task. Play clock down to 2. They get the snap off. Huntley under pressure, looking, rolls to his right, looking downfield, throws it back across his body, and it's incomplete, but there's a flag on the play. We'll see what this flag is, and it looks like it's going to be on the Ravens. It's a holding on the Ravens. Oh, my gosh. And it's Tyler Linderbaum, the rookie center. Oh, my gosh. Can we see it from a different angle? Because that one didn't look like a holding from that angle. Here we go, though. It makes it a 2nd and 20 now for the Ravens at their own 15. 45 seconds left. Huntley looking. Throws it over in the middle to Andrews. Andrews gets it past the 30. Makes it a 3rd and manageable. About 3rd and 4. Oh, my gosh. Clock's still ticking, though. You can't spike it because it'd be 3rd down if you do. 26 seconds left. Huntley completes it short to Andrews. You got to go up and spike it. Wait, he wasn't touched down. The ball knocked out. Is that it? Holy shit. He wasn't touched down when he got back up. What are they calling here? Are they saying he gave himself up? They're saying he gave himself up. Holy shit, that was nearly a fucking wow. They're saying he gave himself up, and now it's only 15 seconds left in the game. They brought the clock back up to 22 seconds. Now it's down to 20 after they spiked the ball. It's now 2nd and 10. Oh my God, that was nearly a fucking horrible way to end this for the Ravens. I mean, he was down. His knee was down, so he was down. So even if that was the case, they wouldn't have. I mean, it doesn't matter. They already snapped the play. Doesn't matter. Here you go. 2nd and 10, though. 20 seconds left. This has to be a play out of bounds. You cannot throw this ball in the middle of the field. Huntley looking, running to his right, throws it back across the middle of the field, and it's picked off by Minkah, and the game is over. The game is over. And the Pittsburgh Steelers season is still alive, and they're still kicking. The Pittsburgh Steelers, just when you thought they were dead, you realize they're still fucking kicking. Oh my gosh, what a game. What a performance by this Steelers team with their season on the line. There is flags on the field, but it's after the play, and it's not going to matter. Wow. Yeah, it's unsportsmanlike conduct. It doesn't fucking matter because it was after the play. Doesn't fucking matter. Game's still over. It was after the play. But man, the Pittsburgh Steelers, man. And now that sets up the scenario for them next week where all they got to do is beat the Cleveland Browns, hope the Patriots lose to the Bills, and hope the Dolphins lose to the Jets. And if all three of those things happen, then Pittsburgh, your Steelers are going to be playing postseason football. Who would have thought that was a possibility even after last week? Even after last week, that wasn't viewed as a possibility. Now it seems like a legitimate, realistic possibility that can absolutely be played out. Because you're looking at a situation where the Patriots already lost to the Bills earlier this year, and the Dolphins already lost to the Jets earlier this year. So this is a realistic situation where the Steelers can legitimately make a playoff push here. And this win was so impressive by them. And what a drive. Like, that was Kenny Pickett's I'm here. Like, that final drive was Kenny Pickett's I'm here and I'm for real moment. That was his moment. And man, oh man, could it not have come at a better time. But that is going to do it for me tonight. I had a blast. I will be back. We don't know who's playing next Sunday night. My guess is probably Jags Titans, but we don't know exactly just yet. But that's going to do it for me tonight. I will be back on Wednesday for the podcast to discuss all the shit that happened, all the scenarios that have happened outside of week 17 and what the scenarios are looking like going into week 18. And then I'll be back here live on YouTube next Sunday to stream the final Sunday night football game of the regular season this year. And then the cycle will continue. And by the way, I guess let's just get this out of the way now. I'll say it again next week, but I will be trying to stream playoff games this year, obviously, when time permits it. So that is something I'm really excited for. But we're not there yet. We still got one more week, but it's shaping up to be a fun week. But with that being said, I'm Double Diesel. Peace.